Good morning, students. So in the last class we discussed regarding concentration of solution, out of which we discussed regarding mole fraction and molarity. But what I marked that a very few of you have gone through the video. So if you don't follow the intermediate parts, you will not be able to follow the further videos. So what I will be teaching you today, you will be unable to follow it. Okay. So once again I will solve the assignments given to you, because a very few, that means a countable number of students have only solved the assignments and sent it to me. Okay. So let us start with solving of assignments. So what question number 1 was? Question number 1. What is the question? Now calculate the mole fraction of 90% W by W, that means mass by mass, ethyl alcohol, that is C2H5OH. So this is the question number 1. Calculate the mole fraction of 90% mass by mass, W by W, ethyl alcohol. So how to solve it? So answer: in 100 gram solution, suppose you take 100 gram solution. Okay. So in this type of questions you have to take 100 gram solution, because it is mass given by mass, so you have to take 100 gram. If it will be in volume, you have to take 100 milliliter volume. So in 100 gram solution, ethyl alcohol present would be 90%, that means 90 gram. And what is the remaining one? Now water, because ethyl alcohol will be added to water, that is H2O will be the remaining. That means 100 minus 90 gram, that is 10 gram. So you have to start like this. Okay. So because nothing is given, percentage means you have to take from 100. Okay. Then number of moles of ethyl alcohol. How to find out? Now given mass divided by molar mass. So ethyl alcohol C2H5OH. What will be the molar mass? Now 2 into 12 plus 1 into 5 plus 16 plus 1. 24 plus 5, 29, 30, 46. So what will be the molar mass of ethyl alcohol? Now 46 gram per mole. So the molar mass of ethyl alcohol is 46 gram per mole. So how many moles of ethyl alcohol will be present in 90 gram? Because mass of ethyl alcohol is 90 gram. So given mass, that is 90 gram, divided by molar mass, that is 46 gram per mole. So gram will cancel out. The answer will be in terms of mole. So it will be 1.95. It will be 1.95. Okay. Then number of moles of water. Same formula. Water molar mass H2O. Molar mass will be 2 plus 16, that is 18 gram per mole. Okay. So given mass of water is 10 gram. 10 gram divided by 18 gram per mole. So it will be 0.55, 0.55 mole. 0.55 mole. So this is how you have to find out the moles. Then total number of moles. Total number of moles. 1.95 plus 0.55. 1.95 that of ethyl alcohol plus 0.55 that of water. It gives you 2.5. So total number of moles is 2.5. Okay. Then mole fraction of ethyl alcohol, we write like this. You can write mole fraction or you can use the symbol X. Mole fraction of ethyl alcohol, C2H5OH. How to find out? The number of moles of ethyl alcohol divided by total number of moles. What is the number of moles of ethyl alcohol? Now 1.95 divided by total number of moles is 2.5. 2.5. It will be 0.78. 0.78 is the mole fraction of ethyl alcohol. Similarly, mole fraction of water, you can calculate it indirectly. Total mole fraction will be 1 minus 0.78. It will be 0.22. But we have to find out. So, how to find out mole fraction of water? The number of moles of water, that is 0.55 divided by total number of moles, that is 2.5. So, it will give you 0.22. So, these are the mole fractions of ethyl alcohol and water in 90% solution of ethyl alcohol. So, this is the answer for you. And how to cross check it? I told you. Now, you can add the mole fractions. Sum of all mole fraction of components present in the solution will be 1. So, 0.78 plus 0.22 will be 1. So, this is how you can cross check them. Then, we will move to question number 2 and 3. So, next students will come to question number 2 and 3. So, these are the questions. So, first let us solve question number 2. A solution is prepared by dissolving 18.25 gram of sodium hydroxide in distilled water to give 200 milliliter solution. Okay, calculate the molarity of solution. So, how to solve it? We know that molarity is equal to W by M into 1000 by V. You know these norms. W means mass of the solute in grams. M is the molar mass of the solute. Then V is the volume of solution in milliliter. Everything is given. So, what is the solute here? Now, sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is the solute. So, sodium hydroxide, you have to calculate the molar mass. Sodium is 23, oxygen is 16, hydrogen is 1. That means the molar mass will be 40 gram per mole. Okay. So, this is the molar mass of the solute. So, use the formula directly. What is the mass of the solute given? Now, 18.25 gram is the mass of the solute. Then molar mass comes to be, or is calculated as 40 gram per mole into 1000 by V, volume of the solution in milliliter, given to you directly 200 milliliter. So, if you solve this, you will get the answer. So, it will be 2.28 unit will be mole per liter, or we can write 2.28 molar, capital M. So, this is the answer. Okay, 2.28 molar solution will be the answer. So, this is the answer of question number 2. Very easy one. You have to remember this formula. Molarity of any solution can be calculated by using this formula. W, you can write it as WS also. That means mass of the solute divided by molar mass of the solute. MS you write. It will be more clear. So, WS means mass of the solute in grams. MS means molar mass of the solute. Then 1000 divided by V, whereas V is the volume of the solution in milliliter. Okay. Then come to question number 3. Express the concentration of sugar solution in moles per liter. So, unit of molarity I told you is moles per liter. That means it is asked directly what is the molarity of the sugar solution. So, calculate the molarity of sugar solution when 20 gram of sugar. Which sugar? The table sugar. That is sucrose. Formula is C12H22O11. Is dissolved in enough water to make up the volume up to 2 liter. So, everything is given here. So, same formula. How to solve it? Now, molarity will be W S by ms. That means mass of the solute divided by molar mass of the solute into 1000 by V, where V is the volume of solution in milliliter, but it is given as liter, and you know 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliter. That means 2 liter will be 2000 milliliter. So let us first find out the molar mass of the solute. What is the solute here? The sugar C12H22O11. So 12 into 12 plus 1 into 22, hydrogen is 1, plus 16 into 11 atoms are there. So 176 plus 22, 198 plus 144. 198 plus 144, it will be 342. So 342 gram per mole. So the molar mass of the solute, that is sugar, table sugar, sucrose, is 342 gram per mole. You have to find out this one. Then put it directly in the formula. What is the molarity? Mass of the solute given as 20 gram. So 20 gram is the mass of the solute or sugar given to you. Then molar mass we calculated 342 gram per mole into 1000 divided by V, volume of solution in milliliter. You know 2 liter will be equal to 2000 milliliter divided by 2000. So what will be the answer? Now it will be 1 by 2. So it will be 0.029. 0.029 unit will be mole per liter, or we can directly write 0.029 molar. So this is the answer of question number 3. So as I told you, only a countable number of students have solved it. So I think you could not follow it. So once again go through the details, then you try to go through these numericals. So it will be better for you, or it will be more clear for you. Then we will go to molarity equation, and when we will mix 3 or more different solutions of different molarities, what will be the resultant molarity. So these are important for you. Okay, so next we will discuss these things. So students, before going to molarity equation, you must remember some terms or expressions which are commonly used in the questions. So in the question will be like this: decimolar solution, then millimolar solution, centimolar solution. So first you have to remember these expressions of molarity. So when it is called decimolar, means 1 by 10 of molar. That means m by 10. So it will be 0.1 m. Similarly, semi means half. So 1 by 2 into m, or m by 2. So it will be 0.5 molar. Then penti means 1 by 5. So it will be m by 5. That means 0.2 molar. Okay. Then centi means 1 by 100. So it will be m by 100. So it will be 0.01 molar. Similarly, milli means 10 to the power minus 3. That means 1 by 1000. So m by 1000, it is 0.001 molar. Then another important question is asked, that is demal. Demal is the molar concentration of any solution at 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. Suppose you are asked what is demal. Now you have to remember, this is the molar concentration of a solution at 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. Okay, so these are some common expressions which are used in the questions. So you should be thorough regarding these versions or these expressions of molarity. Decimolar, semimolar, pentimolar, centimolar, millimolar are the common terms used in the questions. Then next we will move on to molarity equation. We will move on to molarity equation. Let us see what is molarity equation. Molarity equation. Suppose we have taken one solution of volume V1. So we have taken one solution of volume V1 and molarity M1. So it is the volume of the solution and it is the molarity. Then we will dilute the solution. Dilute means add the solvent. Dilution means addition of solvent. So when we will dilute the solution, the volume will be changed to V2. So this is the new volume after dilution. So volume after dilution, that means addition of solvent. So when the volume will change, molarity will change. So what will be the new molarity? Let it be M2. That means molarity or new molarity after dilution. That means V1 is volume before dilution. Original volume before dilution. Molarity, the M1 is the molarity before dilution. So one solution we have taken, volume is V1, molarity is M1. Then what we have done? Now we have diluted the solution. What we have done? Now we have added the solvent to it. So after dilution, we have added solvent means the volume will be changing. So let it be V2. New volume will be V2. So what we are writing? V1 is the volume before dilution and V2 is the volume after dilution. Then M1 is the molarity before dilution. So when the volume will change to V2, obviously the molarity will change. Okay, so let it be M2. Then how to find out relationship between these two? So what is molarity? Once again I tell you, molarity is the number of moles of the solute present per liter of the solution. So during dilution we are adding solvent only. That means number of moles of the solute remains unchanged. Number of moles of solute remain unchanged. So once again coming back to the formula. So what is molarity? Molarity, that is M is equal to number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liters. Okay, so V1 is the volume of before dilution in liter. V2 is the volume of after dilution in liter. So we are taking the volume in liters. Okay. So molarity we have discussed already, is the number of moles of the solute present per how much? 1 liter of the solution. So it is found by number of moles of solute divided by volume of the solution. We have already done it. So what is the number of moles of solute? Now molarity M into V, volume of the solution in liter. So number of moles of the solute will be molarity into volume of the solution in liter. Okay. So as I told you, when we dilute this solution, when we add solvent, the number of moles remain unchanged. Number of moles of the solute remain unchanged. Okay. So that means here the number of moles of the solute will be same as here. So we can write number of moles of solute before dilution is equal to M1 into V1 before dilution will be M1 into V1. Similarly, number of moles of solute after dilution will be same, molarity into volume, that is M2 into V2. M2 into V2. But what I told you, now number of moles of solute do not change during dilution. Whatever we are adding the solvent. So number of moles of the solute remains unchanged. That means the left hand side of these two equations are same. So the right hand side will be same. So we can write M1 into V1 will be equal to M2 into V2. That means this is before dilution and this is after dilution. So this is called molarity equation. That is M1 into V1 is equal to M2 into V2. So using this equation we can solve numerous examples, numerous numericals, number of numericals. Okay. So you have to remember that whenever you will be given three values, you can find one the fourth one. So M1 into V1 will be equal to M2 into V2. So this is called molarity equation. Then next, suppose we are mixing two or three different solutions of different volumes, different molarity. Then after mixing them up, how to find out the molarity of the resultant one? How to find out the molarity of the resultant solution? So next we will discuss molarity of resultant solution. I think you have followed these things. Okay. Next, molarity of resultant solutions. Molarity of resultant solutions, how to find out? Okay. Next we will discuss molarity of resultant. Resultant means final solution. Okay, resultant solution. So what I told you, now suppose you are mixing, let us say 3, 2, 3, 4, no, does not matter. Okay, the formula will be same. So suppose we are mixing three different solutions. One is first solution is having molarity M1 and volume V1. Similarly, second solution will be molarity M2, volume V2. Then let us say third solution, molarity M3, volume V3. Okay, like this we can take number of solutions. Okay, so what we will do now, we will mix them. So after mixing, the molarity has to change. So how to find out the molarity of the resultant solution? So molarity of the resultant, that means final solution. Resultant means final solution, that will be called M. M will be equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2 plus M3 V3 divided by V1 plus V2 plus V3. So you can extend as much you can like. Suppose there is a fourth solution, it will be M4 V4 and it will be V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus V4. So suppose you have two solutions, it will be M1 V1 plus M2 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. Okay. So this is how you have to find out the resultant solutions. Okay. So this is all about the molarity equation, the resultant molarity of the solution when we mix different solutions of different molarity. So students, as you have not seen or gone through the last video, so I think this should be for today. You go through these things once again, then we will discuss the remaining ones, that is molality, normality and formality in the next class. So this is for today. Thank you very much.